All right, folks, we're going to take a look at ogives and time plots. An ogive is a weird, fancy name for a cumulative relative frequency graph, which is a graph where you accumulate, starting with none until you have accumulated all of it, the relative frequencies. Frequencies are just the counts, but the relative frequencies are the percents. So if you go down to your lowest quantitative value, you have 0% before that minimum. And by the time you've reached your maximum, you should have accumulated 100% of your data. Okay? A time plot measures a quantitative variable over time. So time is on your x-axis and the value of that quantitative variable is on the y-axis. So it might be heights. We're going to look at stock values in just a minute. So here, this is something from your textbook. You can get the president's ages at inauguration. And if you start making a histogram, you can see that below 40, you've accumulated 0% of presidents. By the time you've reached 70, you've accumulated 100% of presidents. So our time plot's going to start at 40, and it's going to get taller, and then it's going to get taller by this amount, and get taller by this amount, and taller by this amount, and taller by this amount, until we've achieved 100% of presidents. Okay, so let's take a look at how that works. All right, so we have the age of each president at inauguration, and you can see this is a little bit different because here we put 40 in this bin, and in this one we actually put the 45 in that bin. So they're slightly different, but you can see that the first 5 years we accumulate 2 presidents, and then the next 5 years we accumulate 6 more for a total of 8 presidents, which is going from 5%, getting another 14% to 18.6%. And then we get 13 presidents, which is another 30%, which gets us up almost to 50%. And so you can see this 4.7% is that dot. We started at 0 before our min, and then we got to 5%, and then we get to about 19%, and then we get to about 49%. And then by the time we reach an age of 59, we've reached 77%. And then by the time we reach an age of 64, we're up to 93% up here. And then by the time we reach an age of 69 or 70, we have reached 100% of all presidents. And so we can see that there's a cumulative relative frequency. A cool thing that you can do from this is you can approximate a box plot. So if you do that and that, you can say, okay, maybe 51 or 52 years old is the 25th percentile. So that's where Q1 would be. And then you can see here, oh, I had to go horizontal, from 50, and then I work my way down. This would be the median is about 55. And then 75th percentile would be right here, is at about 60. And I have my min and my max, okay? So there's Q1, median, Q3, I have my min is at 40, max is at 70, and I can create a box plot from an ogive. And it also is nicely related to that histogram. But the other graph we want to look at real quick is a time plot. Time is on the x-axis. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average over time, right? You can see when it goes up, you can see when it goes down, okay? You can look at it over a short period of time, a long period of time, okay? But you can see that over time, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022, that the quantitative value, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, goes up and down over time. And that's all a time plot is. So good luck and farewell.